right, so I'm currently on the phone with Sam. He's another musician that reached out about the interview series. So I'm going to go ahead and give him the chance to introduce himself.
Hey guys, I'm Sam. I'm here in Denver, Colorado. I'm a drummer, 24. I think that's probably all the pertinent information. But yeah, I'm excited to be here. Thanks to Alexander for having me on.
Sure, absolutely. So why don't you tell me about when you first encountered music? How old were you? What pulled you into it? What made you decide you wanted to have it in your life?
So I guess that goes back to middle school. I played the clarinet for 10 years before I started drumming. So I came into school. We had the audition process, and I kind of got into music that way through the band process, and that's how I started learning instruments. But from there, I kind of was also interested in electronic music. So I ended up I got virtual DJ on my computer, and I started remixing like electronic songs under the name The Beat Doctor. A long, long time ago, I did that like from middle school to high school, and so from there, that's how I kind of got into contemporary music. And I transitioned in high school a little bit and learned drums for the drum line. And then when I got to college, from my school's pep band back in Richmond, Virginia, I played for them, learned drum set, and then that's how I kind of kept going from there. So
Okay, you mentioned that you started in concert band with clarinet. What was kind of the lead into that? Did you just randomly choose clarinet, or was it a family instrument? How did you start that?
So that's funny because I wanted to play saxophone, but I guess everyone wanted to play saxophone in middle school. So I kind of the audition process. I knew clarinet from just what I would listen to and what I'd hear from classical stuff. So I was like, let me try it. So that's how I kind of got into clarinet. I ended up marching clarinet in marching band one year as well. So I really enjoyed that instrument. I wanted to play it for a long time, and I ended up doing it. So it was great.
Okay. And then when you went into the curriculum for band, was that kind of just an offshoot choice, just like, yeah, I'll give it a shot? Or were you kind of pushed in that direction?
No, I think it was more like an offshoot, kind of like it's something that I wanted to try out, want to do something different. So my family, we have musicians in the family, but they're kind of spread throughout, and a lot of them sing. So I was more pushed in the chorus direction, and I chose to go band just because I wanted to do something a little different. So kind of interesting. I could have ended up a singer, but definitely glad I went with the musician route when it comes to instruments. So
Okay, and then tell me about the transition from clarinet to drums. What was kind of the motivating push to go in that direction?
I had a lot of friends on the drum line when I was a clarinetist, and one of my good friends, Liam Schiller, he teaches marching bands as a instructor now, and he taught with me a little bit later down the road. But he was one of my neighbors at the time, and he was like, "Come over, I'll just teach you drums, and we'll do that." And so there was actually a point where he was teaching me drums, and I was teaching him how to lift weights because I used to be track. So it was kind of cool, the little exchange of information we had back then. And I tried out for the drum line. I made bass 5, so the biggest bass. My back hurt, but it was fun. And that's kind of how I got into drums, just from drumline stuff back then. We had a pretty good drumline back then. I marched at North Stafford High School in Stafford, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
And so I marched for 2 years, my junior, my senior year. My senior year, I was bass captain after the last year. And it was cool. It was great. I actually led to some connections in college because we started a college drumline at VCU, and the center snare that I marched with, Max Shank, cool dude, still plays now, I'm pretty sure. He was the center snare for that marching band too. So for that group too. So it was kind of cool how that worked out. Got to drum with some of the same people for a long time, and it was a lot of fun. Learned a lot.
Awesome. Very cool. So once Drumline ended, I assume you went all the way through to your senior year. Did you do Drumline in college as well then?
So they started a drum lining. We actually started like the first year we had the drum line at VCU. I joined it. So we started that group. It lasted for a couple years. I don't think they're doing it now. Maybe they're trying to get it back up. I'm not sure if they have an instructor. But yeah, I did it for 2 years. My freshman year of college, and then my sophomore year of college. I'm pretty sure it's either sophomore year or junior year, but one of the 2 years I did that, and then I ended up transitioning to drum set from just watching the band play, and again getting some friends and that played and they were really good. So
Okay. And then what was kind of the motivation to move into the traditional drum set? Were you looking to start playing with, more contemporary lineups of bands kind of thing? What was kind of the goal there?
I think the goal there was just to be a part of the band in a different way. The drum set players at VCU, they have a lot of freedom. They're really, really good. A lot of them, play around Richmond a lot, play around town in different bands. So I just liked the creativity aspect of it and what you could put into it and how much freedom you had. And I just wanted to be a part of that. And I got with some of the drummers there, and we used to shed until like 2, 3 a.m. Knowing I had class the next day, but we made it work. But that's kind of how I got into drum set is really just watching and liking the freedom, liking the creativity, liking the expression, and getting into the art that way kind of gave me my own self-motivation to go and learn. So that's how I kind of got started with that.
So once you were on the drum set and you felt comfortable with it, did you start trying out with like local bands and stuff? What was kind of the process there?
So it's funny because I feel like I'm still getting comfortable, but when I started to get a good hold on it, it was probably near the end of my last year in school. And that's when I got good enough to like feel like I was okay with posting videos online and stuff like that. So I kind of worked my Instagram a little bit, and I would just post different videos here. A couple of them got, some views on there, and I got some good comments. And actually, I went to a local show because some of my friends, they have a lot of house shows like in Richmond. So some of my friends were playing in local shows, and I just went to go say hi and see what was going on. And that's when I got a DM from someone in a Latin funk band called Los Macarados, and that's who I ended up playing with just for my videos. So it was kind of more of like I was looking to play places, and I played different places, just one-offs, but never really a group until I got that DM and I came in and auditioned for them, and we kind of got rolling with that.
Okay. And then was that like an original band or a cover band? Tell me more about how that process went.
So Los Macariados, they do play some covers, but it's mostly they got originals. There's so many talented musicians from VCU School of Music that play with them, and it's literally one of I thank them so much for that opportunity, just being able to play with them. But we played a lot of the venues in Richmond. They do a lot of shows now. I think they have some stuff on YouTube, some really cool stuff. So I'm excited to get back and network with them some more, and go to their shows and everything. One of my good friends, Moses, plays with them now. He's a real good drummer. So that was just a great experience. And they also play like a wide variety of genres too. Like they even play country songs. So it's kind of like I got the gambit of everything, and it kind of gave me some experience in, okay, because normally like funk is my thing, right? So Latin funk, but I had to get used to the Latin. I had to get used to the different genres. And so it gave me some new experiences and really made me more versatile as a drummer.
Okay. And then what was the next move for you after that? That kind of brings us up to where we are now.
Right.
What are you currently working on?
So I moved out here because I'm an engineer. That's what I graduated with for college. So I moved out here to work with an aerospace company out here. And so I was kind of traversing the scene a little bit, just trying to figure out what was going on here. And so I went to a bunch of open jams. They have one at like your mom's house that I went to for a couple weeks. And then they had another one at Milk Bar, which is the one that I really like to go to on Tuesdays. It's run by Corner 3 Jazz. I love those dudes. They're all cool. So I kind of started there, really. But before I came out here, I joined the Denver musician pages on Facebook, which is I just love the collaboration that Denver has. They're really open about that. I like that. It's different than some other cities. But so I joined that page, and I saw these two dudes, Trevor and Justin, post like this really cool math rocky, groovy guitar riff that they were working on. And they were like, yo, we're looking for a drummer. We want to start a band. So a bunch of drummers were like commenting, hitting them up. And so I sent them some of my stuff. I was like, I mean, I don't know if they're going to choose me, but I might as well send some of my stuff because I really enjoy it. I think it would be some cool music to play. And from there, they picked me, and we kind of got rolling. I actually tore my Achilles when I first came out here, though, in June. So I couldn't play with them, but we were still trying to write music. So it was just kind of weird. I just thank them for their patience. But that's the one project that I'm in right now. That's like the original project. It's called Sound Journal. It's Trevor and Justin, our two guitar players, and then we have Aram, our bass player, and then I'm playing drums with them right now. And so just enjoying that process of writing music with them, because I've been writing music since high school because I used to make arrangements for my marching band. So it's just kind of cool. With being in this new project with these dudes, they're really cool, and I'm excited to keep on working with them.
Excellent. So, are you guys in the writing process where you're putting an album together, or are you just kind of enjoying playing and looking at doing shows?
So right now we have a lot of music written and a lot of ideas written. Right now we have a nice set put together because we're performing at Lost Lake later this May. So that process has been really cool just because, being creative with other people is always awesome. And Trevor and Justin, they're really technically sound. And so and they've been playing together for years because they grew up with each other in Florida. So it's just kind of cool that they have that chemistry. And so most of the stuff that they come to Aram and I with is already halfway done, if not a quarter of the way done. So it's just kind of cool to put my spin on it, just the way I think about rhythms and grooves. And it's been, the writing process has been really fun. We have a lot of stuff fleshed out. So right now we're really just cleaning up and getting ready to perform a couple shows here this summer.
Okay. And do you guys think that you'll be more focused on, doing live shows for a while, or are you kind of itching to get into the studio and do some recording?
So we want to actually finish the shows we have online. I think we have 2 shows that we're going to do, 1 or 2 shows here in the next coming months. And then we want to record, because there actually is a possibility that I move from Denver. So if that is the case, we kind of want to record. And then I kind of plan to network and get them, another drummer in. But I will be probably moving here late this summer. But definitely we want to record the things that we have already. So that's kind of what we're going for right now.
Awesome. Well, usually I would ask, where you kind of want to see the project go to, but it sounds like you're kind of moving on away from the project. Are you moving to somewhere else where you're starting a project, or what's your kind of next move?
So I'm going to go back east where my family is. Being out here has been a little tough for me, just because I don't have any family here out west. So I kind of want to go back that way. I kind of have a couple different opportunities in a couple different places. So my main kind of goal right now is to get established work-wise. And then at my heart, I really want to do neo soul. That's like the thing I want to do. That's the music I love. I listen to all the time. Some of my biggest influences like Robert Glasper, Chris Dave, Derek Hodge, that whole conglomeration of musicians that he plays with all the time. D-Smoke, yeah, but all those people who make that kind of music I really love and I really want to lean into. So wherever I go next, I want to be able to stay there for a good amount of time and start a neo soul project. I think that's kind of in my heart and definitely my next steps.
Awesome. That's very cool. So what are your, kind of latchkey memories that you kind of hold on to that keep you motivated to keep playing music?
I think for me, it's just getting a lot of feedback from people and seeing joyous faces. I think for me, I'm more of I'm really a vibe, feel kind of person. I normally have a lot of energy. So there's actually another group I play with out here, Altitude Brass Band. And I met them through a jazz jam I went to with some students from Denver University because I live kind of close to it. And so through there, we actually got a gig playing the Mardi Gras, like a huge Mardi Gras party. And it was just kind of crazy, just people coming up to you. kind of just the joy that they felt from the music. Because I know everybody goes through stuff at the end of the day, right? So to me, I kind of get motivation from, seeing people kind of let go, dancing and everything like that. So I think that is kind of gave me motivation more than anything else, more than success, more than, getting paid from a gig or something like that. Cause I kind of feel like I'm stealing sometimes when I get paid for a gig because I have so much fun doing it. So it's kind of like, I always say like, if I didn't get paid, I'd still be here. So you don't really
Sure.
have to thank me. So I think, being able to have that outlet for myself, keeps me motivated. Right. And then the people that I get to play with, hearing their talents, being able to play off of them. So there's really the collaboration aspect that I've kind of fallen in love with more than anything else.
Okay. And so where can people find you and then the stuff that, eventually you'll put out if you're doing recording and stuff? Where can they, check you out?
Okay. So, mostly on Instagram. My Instagram handle is at Sammy Swiss 17. Um, that's where I kind of post all my stuff. I'm in a group that makes electronic music. Me and one of my really really good friends, Bryce, from Florida, and you can check us out at Comet Knowledge on Instagram. We also are on TikTok and YouTube under Comet Knowledge as well. Altitude Brass Band. We're gonna start replace putting some stuff online, even more with these next couple of gigs that we got going on. And then at Sound Journal underscore Denver is where we are for the original project. So it would be great if you checked all those out. Got some cool
For
stuff
sure.
coming.
So I always like to give the person I'm interviewing the opportunity to put out their last words. So just a message you want to throw out there that you feel you resonate with.
So it's funny you asked that because recently I've actually been battling with anxiety. Um, and that's something I've never dealt with a single day in my entire life, right? And it's kind of when I came out here, you know, and I started dealing with life that it kind of got a little bad with my health and just everything like that. So I, in talking to people about it, I realized that nobody is alone in it. So if you do deal with anything like that, I promise you're not alone because I thought I was. And more people deal with it than you think. And it's okay to get help. There's so many crazy good resources out there. And music has also been a big help with that too, because the people who I met through music, we already had a relationship because of music. And that kind of opened the door for us to talk about that kind of stuff. And so I really would say, whatever outlet you have, keep it in that outlet space. And if you need help, go get it. And I think that would probably be my message to anybody. So.